welcome to another Saddle Up with Sienna. And today we're going to be doing a dressage vlog. We are taking Chip to a dressage schooling show. Well, we're not really taking him, he's already there. But yeah, he's going to be showing in dressage today. We're just going to do 2 dressage classes. And we're going to hope that he doesn't leave the arena like he has done once before. So just hoping he doesn't do that. But we'll see how he is. My hair is a wreck, so we'll have to do it when we get there. And I'm still not decided if I should plait him or not, so we'll see when we get there. Again, it's a schooling show, or is it recognized? We don't know if it's recognized for schooling yet. So we just looked it up, and it is a schooling show, and the weather is pretty foggy. It's not raining, luckily, but it is around 60 degrees. It was supposed to be outside this weekend, but it was raining really bad yesterday, so they couldn't have it outside. But yeah, we're just going to get there, we're going to get Chip ready, and then we'll start showing. So I had my friend Brookie there to help me as well. So thank you, Brookie, for coming out. I really enjoyed having you there. And Chip was such a good boy on the ground. He's so gentle and nice. We are getting him ready, and he is absolutely amazing, standing still and just being calm and collected. I didn't get to vlog much because we were very busy getting him ready, but then we got him into the arena once we were done tacking. So now I am warming him up in trot, and he is feeling really relaxed and calm, which I'm really enjoying. And so I'm just asking for a bit more bend throughout the corners, which I am not getting, sadly. So now I put him on a really weird circle, which is more of a very large oval. And he is not bending, and I am not asking very well. And I was just not on top of it this day. And so we're just trotting around. I'm looking at something over there, and I am making a very awkward looking oval, like in the corner of the arena. It looks really strange, but yeah, he was being a really good boy. I just was not. So now we go up to Canter, and he's feeling really, really nice. He's usually very frantic, and he's starting to feel a bit more frantic as we get more into the canter. But I bring him back to trot, and he does a really nice transition. So now we're cantering, about to go into the arena, and he is again doing really nice, but still a bit frantic, more frantic than I first started. And so I was really enjoying that calm Chip until now we got this Chip. So now my little brother is filming in the viewing room. That is why the glass is a little bit dirty, so it is a little bit blurry, and that is why the quality is not the best. But I still thought I'd share it with you guys because I thought we had the cleanest test I've ever put up, and Chip was such a good boy. Usually we struggle not to canter during the 20-meter circles, and pretty much the entire test, it's just a fight with him to not canter. And this test, he was really calm and relaxed, which was really nice. I mean, he was still tense, but calm for Chip. So I was really proud of him. And so we do our 20-meter circle, but I think I was a little bit too big. And on the first quarter of the circle, it was a lot larger than the second quarter of the circle. We also had absolutely no bend, but we continue on down the rail. And I'm setting him up for his canter transition, which is he's just been waiting for his entire life. He's like, yes, let me run already, please, thank you. And so we get him up to canter. And I'd say I went a little bit before the X than rather on the X. And so it wasn't the best 20-meter circle I could have done. But then I bring him back to trot pretty easily. He was being very submissive today, which is great. And then this is usually where I lose him, and he starts cantering down the diagonal, but I managed to hold him together and get him across without him doing it. And I changed my diagonal in the corner because I don't want to risk him cantering in the middle of my diagonal line. And so I'm preparing for that next circle, and Chip is again being more relaxed than usual, which is wonderful, and he's doing such a good job. So now we do another very unbalanced, unbending circle. But again, Chip is such a good boy, and he doesn't even try to break the canter this time. And I make that circle a bit too big on the first quarter, and then again too small on the second quarter. So our circles need some improvement, but he was amazing, and he's such a good horse. He's amazing. I love showing him. And so now he's like, please let me run. I know this part, we can run now. And so then I let him canter. And again, a little bit before X rather than in the middle of the arena. But he is being such a good boy, and he comes back to trot willingly without having to fight him before A. I've had many occasions where I just keep cantering past A because I can't get him to come back from canter. Now I bring him back to walk. It was a pretty unclear transition, but at least we got there. And then I leave the rail a bit too early. Our free walk could cover a bit more ground. Chip doesn't have much of an overstep, though. He tends to have a very short step, so even in the free walk, we butcher it most of the time. Then I bring him back up to medium walk, and I felt like he was going to go straight back to trot, so I gave him a little tug in the reins and a little half halt. And then I send him back to trot a little bit before C, but that's all right. It was barely noticeable, but of course, dressage knows this is everything, so I need to work on getting my transitions right at the letter as well. But then I turned down the center line, and he was such a good boy. We are a little bit off the center line, but that was just such a good test by him. He was so good. It was a clean round for both of us. No cantering down the center lines or missing letters for us, which was wonderful. I was so proud of him. And so now my mom is filming from the side of the arena. Chip is being a very good boy, and he's usually very nervous and quite freaked out when we head down the center line of the dressage arena, especially for our courtesy lap, but even more so for when we start our test. But he was very good. We did not get a full halt there, and he started to walk off before I got him to full halt. And we usually weaver there, so that was very good that we stayed left and we didn't fade to the right. So far, we're having a decent run. Now, this side of our circle was way better than our circles in Intro C. But again, that other side of the circle, the second side, was a bit large. And it was not symmetrical. But Chip was very good about it, and we could use a bit more bend and balance. But that, I guess, will come with miles and time spent in dressage, in the dressage arena. So now I send him to canter, again very willing to canter. He's always waiting for that canter transition. But this time we have a nice controlled canter. I was actually worried that he was going to trot before A because I was worried he thought that this was Intro C. But I managed to get him to keep cantering. Then we do a very willing transition down to trot. And then we prepare for our walk transition at C. Throughout all this, he was very willing to do everything I asked him. He's a very obedient horse who can just get a bit strong sometimes, but usually he's very good. And so now we are preparing for a free walk, and I always find this a time to reflect and think about my test so far, because it just seems like such a long walk to E. And again, I leave the rail a little bit early, and we could cover a bit more ground in this free walk. But this is, besides the canter transitions, this is Chip's favorite part of the entire dressage test. So he was quite excited about it. And he really leaves it all out there. He tries his hardest. So then I bring him back to medium walk, but he thinks we're about to trot. So I just give him a little half halt so he knows that we're not. And then I let him go at A, and we totally cut off that corner. I don't know why I keep on cutting off all these corners. And so I start looking for my 4 corners of my circle. And we end up making a decent circle, again lacking balance and bend, which will, again, I think will come with show miles and more time spent in the dressage arena. He is being a really good boy though, and I just, very straight line to the rail, but that's alright. One of these days we'll perfect our circles. Well, I guess I can never reach perfection, but we'll try to perfect them at least. So now, again, his favorite part. And off we go with our canter circle. This time we had a better canter circle, I feel like, than in Intro C, because I feel like we got a lot closer to X, so that was nice. So then we can continue cantering. And this is always the hard part because we usually come down crooked that long side, which we did again. But it's always hard to get him around this tight turn after coming down from a canter transition, because he tends to be a bit quick because he just came from canter. But then I get him to a halt through the medium walk, and we never quite get the halt. We kind of just walk. So we are now back from our dressage show. Chip was such a good boy. He ended up getting a 62.25 and a 58%. He did a really amazing, especially on that first test. We just did pretty well. He was a really good boy. He was feeling really calm and relaxed. We ended up getting a 4th place in the first test, Intro C. And I don't know exactly for training level 1, but I'm assuming we probably got an 8th place. But he was really good, and I just love him so much. And there's my dog back there. She's in the frame. But yeah, she came along with us. It has been a really fun day, and I really enjoyed it. If you guys like this video, make sure you like and subscribe for crazy horse content for horse crazy kids. Hi guys, we're going we're up at 5 a.m. to go to a horse show today.
It's 9:30.
No, it's 5 a.m. We've been driving for 12 whole hours, and I'm quite exhausted already. Chip is in the back of the trailer. And yeah, we got it loaded up. I brought all 5 of my saddles and my entire saddle pad so that I can choose which one I want to use on him. I brought a bunch of bridles as well because I don't know what bits are legal or not. So we're going to have to try them out. And I entered a ton of classes so we can, check them out and see if we get eliminated or not. So yeah, if you guys want to come along and watch, we're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff today. Chip is also going to go for an endurance ride, and then he's going to jump into the badminton lake afterwards. So just stick with us, and we'll have so much fun.